Your power just went out. Everything in your fridge could be ruined in 48 hours. Most people will lose hundreds of dollars worth of food, but there's a simple way to keep your food cold for weeks without grid power. Today you'll learn how to preserve refrigerated food during any power outage using an affordable system that actually works. This is about protecting your food and keeping things normal when the power fails. Welcome to Food Decider, where we make emergency preparedness simple. Hit that like button and subscribe for more practical food storage strategies. When the power goes out, most people think all the refrigerated food is doomed. If you're relying on a standard refrigerator, you're probably right. Here's the problem with full-size refrigerators during outages. They use 600 to 800 watts when running, with startup surges over 1200 watts. That's massive power consumption when you're trying to run on backup power. Most people try running their fridge periodically with a generator. Turn it on for a few hours, shut it off to save fuel, repeat. This sounds reasonable, but creates a serious problem. Every time you cycle that fridge on and off, you're creating dangerous temperature swings. Food shouldn't stay between 40 and 140 degrees for more than 2 hours. When you're cycling power throughout the day, bacteria thrives in those temperature zones. Full-size fridges aren't designed for this cycling. They're built to maintain constant temperature. Forcing them through repeated warming and cooling cycles risks your food and damages the appliance. The average household loses $200 to $400 worth of food during extended outages. That's meat, dairy, produce, and specialty items gone. For many families, that's 2 weeks of groceries wasted. During emergencies, fresh food becomes even more valuable. You're already stressed when the power's out. Watching food spoil while you can't get to the store adds more anxiety you don't need. For people with refrigerated medications like insulin, this isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Temperature-sensitive medications become ineffective or harmful when stored improperly. Prepping doesn't have to be overwhelming. It comes down to 3 core needs: food, water, and shelter. Today we're focused on food preservation. You probably have canned goods and dried foods stored. That's great. But humans need fresh food too. Vegetables, dairy, meat, and leftovers make life normal. They provide nutrition that shelf-stable foods can't match. A reliable cold storage system is the difference between surviving and living comfortably during emergencies. The solution is simpler than you think: a mini fridge and chest freezer dedicated to backup food storage. A mini fridge uses 50 to 100 watts. That's 80 to 90% less than a full-size refrigerator. This single factor changes everything about backup power. Chest freezers are even better. They draw 100 to 150 watts but don't run constantly. The superior insulation and design mean they cycle on much less frequently. Cold air is dense and sinks. When you open a chest freezer from the top, cold air stays trapped inside. Compare that to opening a regular fridge where cold air spills out immediately. Your chest freezer maintains temperature longer between cycles, recovers faster after opening, and needs dramatically less power. A well-packed chest freezer keeps food frozen for 2 to 3 days with no power at all. Because these units are smaller, they cool down faster after any temperature increase. This means less stress on your backup power and better food safety. Running both continuously on backup power is achievable. You're looking at 150 to 250 watts combined, compared to 800 plus watts for a full-size fridge. That's the difference between impossible and totally manageable. When choosing a mini fridge, look for energy-efficient models with good temperature stability. Check the Energy Guide label. Lower kilowatt-hour usage means easier backup power requirements. A 3 to 4 cubic foot mini fridge holds a surprising amount when organized well. You can fit a week's worth of perishables for a family of 4. Temperature reliability matters. Some cheap mini fridges struggle in hot environments. Read reviews and look for models that work in garages or warm rooms. You need consistent 35 to 38 degrees. For chest freezers, a 5 to 7 cubic foot model gives you space for frozen vegetables, meat, ice packs, and emergency meals without being hard to power. Let's talk cost. A decent mini fridge costs $100 to $200. A quality chest freezer runs $200 to $400. Total investment, $300 to $600. Compare that to losing $300 worth of food in a single outage, and it pays for itself immediately. Space requirements are minimal. A mini fridge is about microwave sized. A 5 cubic foot chest freezer has a 2 by 3 foot footprint and stands about 3 feet tall. You can fit both in a garage corner, basement, or utility room. Organize your mini fridge to maximize airflow. Use clear bins to group items. Keep frequently used items near the front so you're not holding the door open searching. Stock your mini fridge with high priority perishables: milk, eggs, cheese, deli meat, butter, and refrigerated medications. This is your critical cold storage. During normal times, use it as overflow. During outages, consolidate everything important here. Your chest freezer serves two purposes. It keeps frozen food frozen, and it acts as a cold battery. Keep it as full as possible. Frozen mass holds temperature. A packed freezer stays cold longer than an empty one. If you don't have enough frozen food to fill it, use water bottles or milk jugs filled with water and frozen solid. These ice blocks help maintain temperature during outages and can be moved to your mini fridge if needed. Get simple thermometers for both units. Battery-powered digital ones with remote displays let you check temperatures without opening doors.
During outages, minimize door openings as much as possible. Having two smaller units is better than one large one. If one fails, you still have the other. You can prioritize which gets power if your backup system is limited. During normal times, these aren't sitting idle. The mini fridge can be your garage drink fridge or overflow storage. The chest freezer stores bulk purchases or sale items. You're investing in appliances that serve you every day, not just during emergencies. Now for the critical question. How do you power these units when the grid is down? First, understand your power requirements. A mini fridge drawing 80 watts for 8 hours daily uses 640 watt-hours. A chest freezer drawing 100 watts for 6 hours uses 600 watt-hours. Combined, that's about 1240 watt-hours or 1.25 kilowatt-hours per day. You need a power system delivering at least 1.5 to 2 kilowatt-hours daily for comfortable operation with some buffer. The simplest option is a car battery with an inverter. A standard car battery holds 600 to 800 watt-hours of usable energy. That runs your mini fridge for about 12 hours or your chest freezer for 16 hours. Not enough for 24-hour operation, but enough to bridge short outages. You need a pure sine wave inverter rated for 400 to 600 watts to handle compressor startup surges. Deep cycle batteries are better than car batteries because they're designed for sustained discharge. Marine or golf cart batteries can be discharged and recharged many more times. The challenge is recharging. During extended outages, you need to replenish that energy. A small 1,000 to 2,000 watt generator can run your units directly or recharge batteries. Running a generator 2 to 3 hours per day to charge batteries uses less fuel and makes less noise than running it continuously. Generators are excellent backup solutions, but have limitations. They require fuel, make noise, and need maintenance. Gasoline degrades over time and needs stabilizers. Propane doesn't degrade, but propane generators cost more upfront. Solar power is what many consider the ultimate solution. A modest solar setup keeps your mini fridge and chest freezer running indefinitely without fuel, noise, or supply chain dependence. For 1.5 to 2 kilowatt hours daily, you need solar panels generating that much, accounting for inefficiencies. Multiply your daily requirement by 1.5 for cloudy days and losses. That means about 3 kilowatt hours of generation capacity. This translates to 400 to 600 watts of solar panels. 3 200 watt panels give you 600 watts of capacity. In full sun, they produce 600 watts per hour. Over a 6-hour peak sun day, that's 3,600 watt-hours, more than enough with power to spare. Solar panels only work when the sun shines. You need batteries to store energy for nighttime and cloudy periods. You want at least 2 days of battery storage, meaning a battery bank storing 3 to 4 kilowatt hours. Lithium batteries are increasingly popular. A 100 amp-hour lithium battery at 12 volts stores about 1,200 watt-hours. 3 batteries give you 3,600 watt-hours of storage. Lithium costs more upfront, but lasts longer, charges faster, and can be discharged more deeply. Lead-acid batteries are the budget option. They're heavier and less efficient, but cost significantly less. If you go lead-acid, you need larger capacity since you shouldn't discharge them below 50%. 6 100 amp-hour lead-acid batteries give you equivalent usable capacity to 3 lithium. You also need a charge controller to regulate power from panels to batteries, and an inverter to convert DC battery power to AC for your appliances. A good MPPT charge controller and 1,000 to 1,500 watt pure sine wave inverter complete the system. Total costs for solar. Panels run 50 cents to $1 per watt. For 600 watts, that's $300 to $600. Lithium batteries cost $400 to $800 each, so 3 run $1,200 to $2,400. Charge controller, $150 to $300. Inverter, $200 to $400. Total system cost, about $2,000 to $4,000 depending on components. That might sound expensive, but consider what you get. This power system runs indefinitely without fuel, requires minimal maintenance, operates silently, and doesn't just power refrigeration. During outages, you can use excess capacity for lights, charging devices, or other critical loads. Many people build hybrid systems combining multiple power sources. Solar handles baseline generation, batteries provide storage, and a generator backs up extended cloudy periods. This redundancy means you're not dependent on any single source. Starting with refrigeration is a manageable first step into backup power. You're not powering your entire house, you're focusing on one critical system. Once this works, you can expand. Here's something crucial many overlook. This system should run year-round, not just during emergencies. Use your mini fridge and chest freezer as everyday appliances on your backup power continuously. This verifies everything works. You don't want to discover problems during an actual emergency. By using it daily, you catch issues early when you have time to fix them. You develop operational familiarity. You learn actual power usage, understand battery charging and discharging, and get comfortable managing the system. When emergencies hit, you're not figuring things out under stress. You actually save money on electricity. If you're running these on solar, that's energy not pulled from the grid. Depending on rates, you could save $10 to $30 monthly. Over a year, that's $120 to $360 back in your pocket. You ensure equipment stays in good working order. Appliances sitting unused develop problems. Seals dry out, compressors seize, refrigerant leaks. Regular use keeps everything functioning. Regular use helps with food management too. Rotate stock between your main fridge and emergency refrigeration. Buy meat on sale, freeze it, move portions as needed.
You're constantly cycling through stored food instead of discovering expired items during emergencies. Some people integrate emergency refrigeration into regular kitchen workflow. The mini fridge becomes the beverage fridge or kids' snack fridge. The chest freezer stores bulk purchases. During normal times, they serve convenient, everyday purposes. When power goes out, they transition seamlessly to emergency duty. This removes the psychological barrier of prepping feeling separate. You're not maintaining specialized emergency equipment. You're using practical appliances that happen to be powered by a resilient system. It's preparedness integrated into daily life. The financial benefits are significant. When your backup power system pays for itself through daily electricity savings, it stops being an expense and becomes an investment. When emergency refrigeration is also convenient extra storage, you stop questioning whether it was worth the money. Power outages are inevitable. Whether it's storms, grid failures, or something more serious, you will lose power at some point. The question is when and how prepared you'll be. Most people will lose hundreds of dollars of food. They'll struggle with food safety anxiety and either throw everything away or risk eating dangerous food. But you don't have to be most people. A mini fridge and chest freezer powered by a backup system gives you true food security. You maintain cold storage not for hours or days, but for weeks or months if necessary. You keep food safe, preserve your investment, and maintain normalcy when everything around you is chaotic. This isn't about survival mode. It's about maintaining quality of life when the unexpected happens. It's about being the household that still has fresh food while everyone else fights over the last canned goods at the store. The system we've outlined works whether you're facing a 3-hour outage or 3-week grid failure. It scales to your needs and budget. Start with appliances and a generator. Add solar when you can. Build the system that makes sense for your situation. The best emergency preparations are the ones you use every day. Your mini fridge and chest freezer aren't emergency equipment gathering dust. They're working appliances serving you daily while standing ready when you really need them. Food security during power outages isn't complicated. It doesn't require expensive whole home generators or massive solar arrays. It requires understanding your needs, choosing efficient appliances, and powering them with reliable backup systems. When the power goes out next, will you be throwing food away like everyone else, or will you be confidently maintaining cold storage while others panic? If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Food Decider. Drop a comment with your questions or share your own backup refrigeration setup. Stay prepared and remember, it's not about being paranoid, it's about being ready.